My question is about Whoa. And Rod, I know you were saying that was like a big single.
It is.
Yeah, and I don't hear it. And it's no. I don't disagree that it was a big single. I just don't understand the reasons why. Normally I can hear like the reasons, like maybe it's a hook or maybe it's a phrase.
Isn't there a dance to this? To Whoa?
Is it the Whoa? The Whoa, right?
It's the Whoa, but it wasn't really for this song.
This song, yeah. People called it that, but I don't think the song had nothing to do with the dance, did it?
Yeah, the little thing like this. Why you laughing, man? Why you laughing? Why you laughing? The little thing like this.
Feel like you're holding a broom.
How y'all gonna come on here and disrespect the OG like that?
Dead End Hip Hop album review, Lil Baby, My Turn. Before we get into the review, look, I always say it every damn week, support your boys. Like, comment, subscribe. Go to Patreon, become a patron. Support your boys. You'll be able to have some type of input as to what we do. You get to vote on the classic album reviews, things like that. Go onto the website. But also, because we love y'all, make sure you subscribe to the Dead End Hip Hop podcast feed. We're doing additional reviews every Tuesday and Thursday. They're dropping. This one is where we get to color outside of the lines, just like we do on Is the Myke, where we will be able to review pretty much anything. Eventually, we'll get to a poll or something like that where you guys can vote. But as of right now, just blow us up on Twitter. Let us know which albums you want us to review. The ones that are up so far are Killer Cam, and we also did
Young Thug, much fun.
Young Thug, so much fun. Davies is dropping. And we got more in the chamber. So just make sure you subscribe to the Dead End Hip Hop podcast feed to get more reviews. So back to the review. Lil Baby, My Turn. And featuring on this review for you guys is the Lowmid podcast. We actually got the whole Lowmid podcast. Behind the camera, we got Huey.
What's up?
What it do? We got to Huey's right.
Romel, what's going on, yo?
My right, Huey's left.
What's up? It's your boy Nemo.
So Lowmid podcast also on the Dead End Hip Hop podcast feed. So if you want to hear what these guys have to talk about, make sure you go subscribe to that. And again, we got more reviews coming. Lil Baby was born in ATL. His early life was tough, man. Pops left around 2, and he was in and out of jail for possession with intent. We all know what it is, man. He was in the trap. We know what he was doing. In 2017, he released a mixtape, Perfect Timing, and ever since that, he's been skyrocketing up the charts. Literally, with Drip Too Hard, debuted at number 4. Whoa, the one that's on this project, the single off of this project, debuted at number 16 on the Hot 100 Billboard, and he has 2 other singles to debut 30 or lower. So he's been doing his thing, man. Lil Baby's been pretty much all over the place. Lil Baby's interesting, right? Because I think for the longest, I've been saying I prefer Lil Baby as kind of like the cherry on top, the feature. You know what I'm saying? Let me get the ad-lib, just like Gunna. This opened me up, man.
How did it open you up, Feefo?
This opened me up a little bit. Because this project, man, I'm not even gonna front. Like I could ride to this. This album, it bumps in the whip. It fucking bumps in the whip. I ain't gonna front, man. It made me eat my words a little bit because I really enjoyed this. Obviously, I like the fact that he touches on he's from here, kind of the things that he went through. Because before I felt like I always kind of just felt like he was like kind of like background music, but this time, I guess because it is his album, I never listened to no other mixtape or nothing like that, so I don't have any other body of work to compare it to. But I feel like I got to understand Lil Baby a little bit more, and I feel like that's what I always be wanting with artists. I want to get to know them through their music. Obviously, he's melodic. You know what I'm saying? He's not like a hard rapper. He's not gonna give you like crazy bars and punchlines and stuff like that, but he got that wavy shit. You know what I'm saying? What you youngins like to call that wavy shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, when did y'all get put on to Lil Baby?
When he had this song with Drake called Yes Indeed, that's when I heard about Lil Baby. And ever since then, like I kind of been vaguely following him, but I never really like listened to his music with like the intent to try to like figure out who he was. But I always heard it through the streets, and whatever I heard I liked, so I checked this out. And Shit was fire.
So this is fire.
This is fire.
Yeah, I fought with this project. No, when I got introduced to Lil Baby, I was actually just hearing a song from him that was featured with Lil Yachty, and I thought he was okay. I didn't really like him at all. He didn't impress me. But when Yes Indeed came out, that's when I was a little bit more impressed. I was a little more willing to check out Lil Baby stuff. So this project is my first time getting a deep dive into Lil Baby's music too.
I don't want no problems with Lil Baby.
You want to see them pause?
Oh man.
Lil Baby, you know, he for real out here. I don't want any issues with him. Man, just listening to them and seeing them feature here and there, but that's about it in terms of getting put on to him.
Okay, so Lowmid put you on.
Yeah, they made me kind of pay attention.
One gripe that I did have is like, after a while, it sounds samey. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like the same thing. Even like the tracks that were kind of different, but not really emotionally strong.
I knew he was going to say that one. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like he tries to change it, but he
still falls in the same pocket.
He still
almost.
falls in the same pocket. So it's kind of like when I'm thinking about Lil Baby, is like how does he grow?
I listened to his last project, Street Gossip. Did you hear Street Gossip?
No.
So Street Gossip is kind of like, it's like more of like the usual like stuff that you would expect from him on the radio. Like that kind of sound or that kind of, you know, the subject content.
Not that too, though?
This is a little bit more. You said you got to know him because the lyrics were a little more introspective here, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like on this project, he was a little more introspective, and I think the production here on this album was a little bit more. It does sound samey, but it's varied enough to me to where it kind of flows well for the length that it is.
I think that's where I would definitely have to disagree. Like it's 20 songs with an hour, 1 minute. For me, he could have cut it down because it is samey and it like the variation wasn't that varied. You know what I'm saying? Like because it's like the same flow, it's the same cadence, it's the same, you know, like.
You think all the production sounded the same too? Because that's what I'm talking about, not him.
Okay.
I'm talking about the production.
Okay, the production was okay, but it's still, after a while, like after multiple listens, it sounds samey.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like it starts to run together. Even though he did have tracks that like stood out to me, like Gang Signs, No Sucker. Like those are like some of the hardest beats on there. You know what I'm saying? So I give you, it has some type of, but he's a trap rapper, right? Like he's a wavy trap rapper. So like the beats didn't vary much. Like I think this is what commercial hip hop is today for like y'all's generation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm okay with it, but it's not like, oh, I gotta go listen to this Lil Baby. It just depends on like where I'm at, what I'm doing. You know, so if I got, you know, a couple people over, you know, I gotta get together, I'll throw on Lil Baby.
I ain't playing any of this shit.
Dang, kid.
You don't like any?
You don't like any of songs?
There are songs I like that I think are cool, but that first listen was
tough.
Struggle City.
Wait, understanding the lyrics.
Track 1 through 20.
Oh man. What?
Okay, why you being disrespectful? Lil Baby gonna go see you, bro.
I don't want no problems with Lil Baby. Greatest rapper alive. I don't want no issues. What's the other one? Music is subjective, but nah, man. Like I don't get it. I don't understand. I think because my ears are just attuned to a completely different sound, there's something about Lil Baby and the type of music he makes that I don't connect with. And I echo what you're saying. The beats definitely have a similar vibe, a similar feel to them. There's no variation in it. But I even go a step further. His voice is the same thing. And my question for you, Ramil, is like, how do you guys even understand what he's even saying? Because he's very inaudible at times.
He's not that inaudible to me compared to some other people that y'all might complain about. Like I think his, like, he sounds a bit like quivery sometimes when he raps. That's what I thought you were referring to. Like as far as like his enunciation, I feel like you can understand what he's saying. It's just that his actual tone could be like, you know what I'm saying? Because he kind of has like that kind of voice to him. But I feel like his words are not really that like.
I don't know, man. Like I think, and maybe it's the effects. Maybe it's the auto tune effects. I know when he turns it down, and you can hear like the tone in his voice a little bit more. But when it's turned up, it all kind of starts to like blend in from one word to the other. Like it just sounds like one run-on sentence.
But for me, that was the thing that kept me from listening to him so long. Is he was too inaudible for a long period of time. Now in this project, to me, it sounds like he's talking more clearly than ever, and he's speaking more introspective than ever.
The content may be there, the introspective content, and I think there was a song on here that I thought was cool. Maybe it was Can't Explain. I think I like what he was saying on there. That was like one of the first time, like, oh, it sounded like Baby's really saying some real shit. Not to say that any of the other shit wasn't real, because I don't want any problems. But but yeah, that was the first time when I think the auto-tune effect wasn't up high to where, you know, it all kind of ran together. And on that, I think it was a little bit lower. So, and I think he may have rapped a little bit more slower at a different pace, for what I remember. So I did notice I liked that one.
What about the features? How'd you feel about the features on here? Like Lil Wayne, Lil Uzi, Future.
Moneybagg Yo's on here too.
Gunna and
Gunna
Uzi did their thing on that one.
Gunna,
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
that was it, right? And I really liked Uzi's feature on there too. Sounded like he was experimenting with some new flows, maybe, but yeah, I really enjoyed Uzi's feature on there.
I'm not.
What about Wayne? That was a surprise to me a little bit.
Wayne
being on here.
I was surprised, but I didn't really come out of that one enjoying Wayne's part.
I gotta roll with you on that one. I wasn't really big on Wayne in that feature.
Yeah, it's not like Wayne added, like I don't think Wayne was bad on it, but it's like I don't think Wayne elevated the track. Like for me,
yeah, it wasn't bad. It just he didn't do what I thought he was going to do on that track. Like Wayne usually comes in and probably steals the show a little bit.
100%.
He didn't really do that for me on this track.
Lil Wayne did steal the show from Lil Baby? Is that what y'all saying?
I'm just saying he didn't elevate.
He didn't make the song
better.
fire.
Okay, that's what you saying. What you saying?
That's what I'm agreeing with him. I'm not saying that it was bad. I'm just saying like he ain't like do what I expect Wayne to do, which is come in and murder it and make it better, take it to the next level.
But he didn't steal the show.
No.
He stole the show.
So that's what you saying.
Do you think Wayne was better?
Yeah, I think Lil Wayne was better.
So Wayne stole the show for you?
Yeah, did Wayne steal the show?
He was better than Lil Baby?
Did he
I
steal
don't want
the
no
show?
problems. I don't want no problems.
Did he steal the show?
But
I
he
want
didn't
the
steal.
problem.
But he didn't steal the show.
But I was asking, was Lil Wayne better than Baby on that song? Y'all are saying steal the show, so
I just
if that's how y'all want to frame it,
I just
fine,
feel
whatever.
like for me.
But that was one of the songs that I liked, and I liked it because Lil Wayne was
because
on
of Wayne.
it.
Like
Yeah.
to me, like Wayne was on par. Like Wayne didn't. He didn't move that track. Because typically, like when we hear Wayne, right, like on A$AP Rocky's album years ago, at Long Live A$AP, I think that's the name, Allah. That one.
I can search for it.
When Wayne came in on that put that track a whole nother level. What's some other Wayne features? You like every time, or not every time, but most of the time when Wayne is featured on something, like we're expecting like this track to be one of the best tracks on the project.
Yeah.
And for me, it wasn't a standout.
Okay, that's fine. But you mentioned Lil Uzi Vert. That was one of the songs I did like on here. Commercial.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I thought the beat was really, really good, and
Like on that one.
I think I actually like Lil Uzi on that one. Really? I think so, but
You're not sure yet?
I don't know because they all the same to me. But
It's probably one of my favorite Uzi verses now, to be honest.
Really?
Probably, yeah.
So are you a big Uzi fan?
I'm not a big Uzi fan.
But you fuck with Uzi.
yeah, he fucks
I
with
fuck with Uzi.
That's what's up. To me, the Future track "Live Off of My Closet" and "Heating Up," to me, those were the best two features on this project. Like "Live Off of My Closet," that was one of my favorites. Like that beat, and I don't know, man. Future
Has an energy.
has energy, and even though I would say he's probably the dopest mumble rapper out, because you rarely understand what the fuck he's saying. But just how he sounds, like what he adds to a track, typically just elevates that track, and I think he did that on this.
I want to read something,
Oh man,
and it's on Apple Music,
Go ahead.
and it says, "My turn is, of course, built on Lil Baby's verbose and ever formidable bar construction and under-heralded wordplay." What do you guys think about that sentence? Is that a true statement.
He's kind of boosting Lil Baby.
Yeah, that's a boost.
A little bit.
When his homeboys wrote that.
For me, it's certainly better than the stuff I've heard from years prior.
This is his best work. But like the language that they used made it seem like he was just like a pensman.
It made it sound like he was a lyricist.
Like Nas or some shit, yeah.
So how has he grown for y'all?
For me, it seems like his flows are fitting more into the pocket. He's being more descriptive about the stuff that he went through versus, like, I think that first project he dropped, I didn't like any of the songs on there because for me his voice was too much and he wasn't saying anything or telling a story about anything. Whereas on this one, he's talking about the struggles and he's doing it in a new, cool way.
This seems a little more airtight and a little more sure of itself as a project, and like he sounds more sure of himself and his energy in this project. Like this project sounds like, okay, I know myself as an artist more now. So that's what I kind of felt like listening to this album. I think that's the growth. Like, you know yourself more. He's more comfortable within himself. So
yeah, that's what I felt too.
Yeah,
I do think the intro track Get Ugly. I think
that was a great intro track.
that was a good intro track.
I think
really
it was a good way to start off the album. I think it's one of the few songs on here that I do like. But yeah, I think it kicked off the album well. I think just after that, it took me a while to get to like other songs that I could dig. Again, I just think stuff like this is not just kind of really in my wheelhouse. But I do like to pay attention to it, kind of see what's going on, see what's happening with, especially people here in Atlanta, the Atlanta sound. These guys are blowing up and they're extremely popular.
I think Lil Baby makes bumping the whip music. Like shit that you literally can ride to, you can put it on in the background. You don't necessarily have to pay attention to, but you can, I don't want to say like uplifting, I don't know if it's
like hyping. Like
yeah, like it's good energy music.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like it even though it's mood music, it's melodic music, but it's not like down. It gives you life. It's like for the club. It's to keep your spirits up.
Where do y'all think he was? Like, what do y'all think his position was prior to this album? Like, how was he generally viewed, and how is he gonna be viewed now after this album?
That question is difficult because I don't necessarily have like a pinpoint on to where he's moving. Like where his position is. Like I kind of don't know. I know this though. I know this about Lil Baby. Him and the Baby, they're all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
Like all over like they're killing everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that he's part of that next wave of artists. I don't know what his longevity is, but I know that he's super, super, super hot. And like I said in the little intro bio about Lil Baby, his first mixtape was in 2017. So we're 3 years into Lil Baby's career. He already has 4 top 30 hits on the Hot 100 Billboard.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see it stopping.
And the thing is, what's crazy is that I saw a Breakfast Club with him, a Breakfast Club interview with him, and he did not want to rap. At first, he was like not a rapper. He did not want to do it or whatever. He had some friends that convinced him to do it, and like now he's, like you just said, 4 top 30 hits in 3 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to rap at first, so I think that's like just very interesting that he had no passion to do it, and he was discussing like the workload behind it too. So,
favorite tracks for me, give me Heating Up, give me Whoa, give me Live Off My Closet, give me Gang Signs, give me No Sucker.
favorite tracks, I'm gonna get Heating Up. I'm gonna do How. I'm gonna do Emotionally Scarred. I'm gonna do Whoa, and then I'll do Gang Signs.
So my favorite tracks were Heating Up, Whoa, Emotionally Scarred, Commercial, and Something to Prove.
Commercial, Can't Explain, Forever, No Sucker, and I have Live Off My Closet with Future. In parentheses, I wrote I think.
That joke was hard. Lil Baby, if you watching, look man, I'm definitely outside of the demographic you make music for. But like I said in the review, I like the music. It's definitely bumping the whip music. It's definitely club music. It's definitely, bring some people over and have a good time music. And I definitely think you're a positive artist. I don't know how you grow and, you know, I guess progress to the next things. I feel like I'm still a little bit outside looking in, but I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to other projects because this definitely opened my ear up more to you. So I appreciate it.
Lil Baby, if you're watching, I think this was a solid project, dude. I think that this helped you more than it hurt you, for sure. And I think that, you know, if you tap into more just, you know, being more introspective and just kind of, you know, trying something a little bit different than what we've been accustomed to, I think you can still progress and go farther. So it's a good project for me.
Lil Baby, if you're watching this, I enjoyed the project way more than I thought I would. I feel like you're getting better, you're going up. Everybody in Atlanta loves you, so just keep doing your thing.
Lil Baby, if you're watching, I don't want no problems. I'm glad that you found success in doing this and it got you away from what you were doing. So with that, much success to you in the future and keep doing your thing.